Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Begin channel. So this video we will be discussing how we are going to create our own array functions using JavaScript. In any language there are some basic array functions like array push, array pop, and array delete. So these functions are being used. We don't know how it works. So in this tutorial, we will be creating our own function, same exactly how the other programs like Java, JavaScript, it's already written by the programmer or a compiler. So we are going to write our own custom function using a data structure concept. Let's begin the video. So we will be in this entire video, I'll be using the class concept in JavaScript. Okay, so we'll be following ES6 model. So let's create a class. So I'm creating a custom array. Okay, so it should have a constructor. Okay, constructor, and it will have a two variables. One is a length. Okay, so obviously the array should have a length. I'm setting initially 0, and then this dot data. The data we are going to keep it as an object. Okay, so in JavaScript, so default it takes an object as an array. So next, so will be uh, first function will be getting a item. Okay, so index. Okay, so now return. So console.log. So just for printing it, I'm just consoling it in the this dot data dot this dot data index. So whatever the index we are going to pass while calling it, okay, it will be written some return to just for sake. So how we are going to call this function? So we'll be creating an object for this class. So const object is called new array equal to new custom array of. So let's console.log of new array. So let's see what is there. I'm consoling and printing it. So it has a data. So this printed whatever the value I have in the constructor. So initial length is 0 and data is empty. Okay. So now I'm calling our get method. So console.log. Maybe I can return directly like this. Return index. So I'm removing this. Console.log new array dot get index number 0 semicolon. I'm just running it. So I define. So I don't have any data in the beginning. Okay. So let's write a push. So I need to insert some element into an array. So let's call as a push function. Okay. So I will be adding the item. Okay. So here this dot data, the index will be this dot length. So if say this dot length, the initial value will be 0. Okay. So the zeroth index, the item will be get inserted. So the item, I'm adding the item. So this will be, if I'm adding like this, so this will be zeroth index. So like first value will be this dot length is 0 equal to item, for example high. Okay, the first item will be getting inserted into the index of 0. Okay, then I'm incrementing the value of a length. So now we have added one value, so I'm just incrementing. Okay, so now I'm pushing it. Console.log new array dot push of high. Okay, again just controlling whatever I have this. So again I'm running it. If you see, so custom array length is 1, So ultimately one variable, so one value is got inserted into data array object. So index is 0 and I have inserted, I pushed it. Okay, so now I have successfully pushed one element in a custom array. So let's create a pop. So we'll be removing a last element from an array. So pop, okay, pop item, sorry, we'll be taking an index which I just pop, that's all, not required any index, because the default, the pop functionality is removing the last element from an array. So that's the default behavior. So we are going to remove the element. So let's take the last item equal to data, this dot data, this dot length minus 1. So what is the purpose of minus 1 here? So the this dot length represents the total number of item. So minus 1, it says the last item from the element. Okay, semicolon. So we have to remove this last item. So we have a default function called delete this dot data of this dot length minus 1. Okay, here return last item. Okay, so now let's check the same one. I'm going to pop it console.log new array dot pop, just pop. So I'm checking what is the value will be there. Pop it. So I'm running the code. Okay, we missed something. So we have to reduce the value also, length also. So here this dot length minus, okay. So now you see, so there is a custom array. First I have pushed high. Okay, then in printed everything. Here it printed everything. Then I am popping it the last element. So only one element is there, so it's removed. So now length becomes 0. Okay, next we are going to delete the element. Okay, so delete, so index. So const del item last item equal to what is the deleted item, this data this dot index. Okay, so we'll be getting the last item. Okay, what is the item? So for example, index, if we pass it as a 0, so it will take the index and it will generate, it pull the particular element value to that index. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, so we are going to unshift the item. See, for example, I have the value like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, see, for example, I'm deleting the fourth one. Okay, so then automatically the index, it has to shift, 4 has to change to 3, index 3. Okay, so that's the thing we are going to make it. So cons, so we'll be following a solid principle here. As you know, single responsibility principle. Solid principle is a general software development methodology we are going to follow here. So I'm using a single responsibility principle as a class has to follow a single responsibility. So let's create a separate function for shifting an element. So I'm creating this dot shift, shift items. Okay, index. Okay, so I'm just shifting an item here. Shift items. It will be receiving an index. Open bracket. So what we are going to do is we'll be running a loop. Okay. Okay. Then we'll be arranging the value. We are going to swap the values. Let's start for let I equal to index. So remember, why we are doing I equal to index, it should not be 0. Actually we have to start swapping from the index where we are removing the element. Okay, so index then I less than data, this dot. So here we will be adding a data, this dot length, data length minus 1. Okay, I plus plus. Okay, so this is how. Then what we are going to do is swap. So this dot data of I equal to this dot data of I plus 1. Okay, now so we have to remove the last element. So we are not, actually we didn't remove yet, so we have to remove. So delete this dot data, this dot length, last element, length minus 1, this dot length minus minus. Okay, so let's uh, delete the item, console dot log delete index number is, let's push the element first. Okay, so then we'll get a clear idea how this works. So I'm pushing hi, hi, how you. Okay, hi, how are you. I'm pushing another element too, so totally 5 elements here. So I'm not popping anything at the moment. Okay, just list out. So I don't want this one, this is not required. If you see here, written system data. Okay, if you see here, I have inserted. Now the current length of array is 5. Hi, how, hi, you, and then there is a question mark. So this is our array. So that this is our array. Okay. So let's delete the element from here. So console.log delete index of, I'm deleting the index of 0. Okay, now let's see. So console.log of new array. What's the problem now? So hi, how are you? It's the same, it's printed. So last item return, last I. So if I'm calling a delete of index 0, delete, sorry, array of delete. Okay, run. Now you see, so high get removed. Now the elements are rearranged, like high is removed from here, the element. So now how is moved to 0th index and r is moved to from second index to first index. so vice versa. So it's all moved now. Okay, if you can see, the elements are shifted properly. Okay, so this is all about our custom array. So this is how it works in other programming languages as well. So they have written a predefined code, so how it should work. So we can also able to create our own definition for each array. So we have worked on only the push and pop and shift. So we can do many more functionalities, array reverse, no, ascending order, descending order. So these things also we can do in efficient way. uh, please subscribe my channel and like the video. If you have any doubt, please don't forget to comment on this video. Thank you so much for watching.